Hey, I'm Suzy, and welcome to 30 Minutes of Dance. Today's class is a cross-training class for dancers in which we will refine and align and relax. You'll need to clear your space. If you have a yoga mat, it would be really helpful. We'll end with some deep stretching. So it comes in handy and a little softer on the body. I'll be using a strap as well, but you can always use a hand towel. Have water nearby. Feel free to practice barefoot. You could wear socks today or ballet shoes even. So begin standing on your mat perhaps in a wide stride so that we can get a sense of just moving into the space and truly arrive here in your body, reaching out through the fingertips and sort of wiggle the fingers and the toes here so you can feel that energy down, rooting into the earth. Now, with your next inhalation, I want you to spoke the energy out like you're reaching towards an X shape. Doesn't matter if you're reaching towards the sky or out to the side, but feel the energy stretching, your skin stretching, almost like a big yawn to begin. Now, as you exhale, bend your knees. This is, a second position, perhaps. Doesn't have to be really deep or too wide to start. When you bend your knees, I want you to draw the hands to a first position, low first. Good. Inhale back out into the X. And then exhale, as you come to that low first, feeling this circle of energy. Inhale, stretch, exhale, grounding. Inhale. All right, plie. So there's a sense of lift at the inner arches, the inner heels, the inner thighs, and maybe even the pelvic floor as you're working here. Exhale, bend. Inhale, stretch out. Feel the lift as you lower. Right, so there's always a sense of lift and upward carriage as you plie. So you sense the front of the body drawing inward, the navel moving in and upward. Good, hopefully feeling this a little bit in the thighs at this point. Good. Now come to parallel. So reach on out, left leg, then right leg. Nice wide parallel position. And then bring the hands to the hips, parallel lunge to your right side, and just pulse here. Feeling the shift here from hip to hip, maybe a little stretch down the outside line of the opposite leg, and sending the tailbone slightly back as you draw inward and upward, corset-like contraction across the low belly here. And then back through center, other side. Right, finding the alignment, parallel, breathing into the outer edges of the feet. Feel the connection of the thigh bone up into the pelvis and that buoyancy through the pelvic floor and your center. Come back to the center, inhale, reach the arms out. Plie, hands to hips. Mindful, it's almost like a little horse stance here, side to side in this parallel plie. Mindful that you're lifting through the inner arches of the feet, feeling that you're grabbing some energy up and out. Good, last two. Last one, back to center, inhale, arms reach out. Good, heel toe, your right leg in. And then heel toe, your right leg out. So on the mat, this gives us a little more feedback, right? Nice and sticky here. Reach out, bring the hands to the hips. Now the left leg, slow-mo, you bring it in, that toe heel, shift. Take it back out, heel. Just sensing the alignment. Toes, ankles, knees, and hips. Reach out, hands to hips, right side, right toes, heel, toe, heel. Feel that this is coming from your base up to your center. Now, heel. Good. Breathe it out, hands to hips. left. Take it back out, heel. Nice wide stride. Turn the heels in, toes out, reach out. And then with the arms up in this X shape, we're going to bend slightly into the right leg. Again, inner thigh to outer knee. And then bending into the left leg. Sense the tracking of the inner thigh to the outer knee, to the ankle, to the second and third toes. So I'm glancing down just to check it out. If that makes you wobbly at all, keep your gaze straight ahead and start to sense the alignment. Good. Now bring the hands to the hips and then go side to side if you might. Easy shoulders. Feeling a little more in your body. Left toes, right toes, heel and step it on in. Good. Now, you can work at a wall if it's helpful. Even kind of nice to have a door handle to use. Or you can always do ballet in your kitchen. Yes, so a kitchen counter is nice and high, and you can use that to feel a sense of grounding. If you feel well balanced in the center for first position, toes turned out, heels together, then feel free to work in this way. I'll be using just a little support to start. Setting yourself up. First position, plie. Inhale, exhale, plie, hands to the heart, and then out to the side. Little port-a-bras, scooping, following the fingertips with your gaze. And again, sensing that inner line, that easy rotation. Good. Now take a deep breath in. See if you might zip the energy up and come to the ball of your right foot and then plie. Ball of the foot, plie. Ball of the foot, plie. Last one. Good. Take another deep breath. Reach both arms out in front. Pause if you're testing your balance here. And then gently try the other side. So plie, left arm's gonna circle. And as you deepen and extend, just feel how you're expressing your energy through movement, this gentle scoop. Good, last one. Now left leg, heel lifts and release. Heel lifts and release. Again, heel lifts and release. One more. And deep plie. Bring your hands to the center. Now you might, again, use a little bit of assistance here, but releve, rise up, heels lift. Sense the spiral from the inner line of the legs opening outward, right? It might be a little wobbly. Think down to rise up and up as you plie down. Good, inhale, shake it off between sides if you need a little dance break. And then coming to begin right side, we'll take some tendus. Again, just working on zipping the energy up, feeling that there's a nice line of articulation, movement, freedom, expansion through the lower body here. As you rise through the arms, send your right arm out to the side and then tendu, pointing the right foot in front, and then plie to close. Tendu, right out to the side, plie and close. Tendu, right toes back. Oh, we have our four-footed friend. Plie and back out to the side again. Hello, Henry. He's a ballerina at heart. And then come to stand. Test your balance. Could you releve, zip it up? And balance and breathe. Plie. Left side. Again, center, arm reaches out to the side, and then as you rise up, point the left toes, bring it in, close plie. Out to the side, close plie. Take it behind you, and plie. Last one, out to the left, plie. Scoop the energy up, gather, push down to rise up. Perhaps you can tilt your balance. And then gently, plie. Good, adding on, right leg, first position. From here, I want you to use your right foot like a paintbrush and just brush it up the ankle, perhaps up the inner line of the leg, any amount there, and then développé the leg out. Arm comes in front. Brush stroke it in, brush stroke it up, any amount, plie, extend the arm out. Good. Plie, brings you back to the brush stroke, take it behind you. Maybe the arm reaches out in front, long line here. And then brush stroke it back up through center, out to the side again. Good. From here, cross it over, little soutenu turn, and you can use everything you have to help the transition, and then step yourself into first position. Left side. Here we go. Left foot is a paintbrush. You're gonna scoop it up, any amount, and then unfold it and plie. Send it out. Again, sweep it up, the inner line of the leg. Right, so just feeling and sensing the earth through the feet. And then coming into the center, taking it behind you. This is one long line of energy reaching up, feel the diagonal. And then back through the center, scoop it up, send it out to the side, have that moment where you're just sending the energy out. And then plie, you'll cross over, use the support around you. First position, well done. Right side, adding on one last element here. Hopefully you're feeling, the feet are working, the legs, feeling nice and pulled up. And then gently, right leg, brush stroke, take it out in front, plie, and then pique the leg up. That's tricky. Let's do that a couple more times. You feel that inner thigh lifting, this sort of pulley system, back through center. Développé, out to the side, plie, spiral, pique. You're just gonna pick it up. 3, inner thighs, scoop it up. 1, back to center. Brush stroke, take it behind you. You're gonna feel a little bit of the glutes, little hips here. Pique, 2, 3, 4, well done, center, last one. Take it out to the side. Deep plie, pique, 2, 3, and sweep it in, cross it over, soutenu turn, and then coming to first position, left side. If you need to squirm it out a little before ballet, right? Dancing, and then classical. Here we are. Brush stroke, left side. Take it out in front. Lift, inner thigh, that inner pant seam. You want to keep pulling up from there. Good, and then back to center. Développé. Send it out. Inner thighs, find that spiral. 2, 3, hollow out, lift. 1, well done, to the center, and then reach back. Good, lift, find the sense of lift at the pelvic floor and the glutes, and then gently, back to center. Take it out to the side, one last one, elasticity, can you feel it? 1, 2, 3, 4, well done. Sweep it across, soutenu, and dance break. Well done, all right. Okay, shake it out a little here. The hips go, right, we have to find the freedom, and then we hone the movement. We find the freedom, right, and then we come back into that aligned, disciplined state. So, I hope you're feeling that here now. All right, last little bit. First position. We'll give you that freedom now. Inhale, adding on, you're gonna scoop it up. Extend it out. Take it up. And then from here, bring it back to center. Could you take it up a little higher right away? Passe, balance, plie, dance break. Right on. Now let's try just the other side. Bring your left leg for the working leg. Brush, stroke, extend it out. PK. Lift, keep scooping it under, and then can you brush stroke it all the way up? Again, find the balance. Passe, balance. And then let it melt. Kind of dance break it out. Maybe reach the arms out into a little X, treading through the feet. Good. Right side once again. First position. Good. Develop pace. You're gonna brush stroke it up and then send it out to the side. Little PK. And then all the way up. Now we're gonna test our balance here. Perhaps, two hands. Perhaps, releve, passe releve. Hollow out, feel the inner lines of the legs lifting. Woo, steady your gaze. Yes, you can't know balance until you fall. And then dance break out of it. Maybe even a turn. Woo, just feel your feet. And then gently, last one, left side. Develop pace, send it out to the side. Little PK, find the legs, nice and strong. And then scoop it up, gather. Passe, hands, passe, releve, pull up. Take a deep breath in. Woo, let it dance. Woo, good, bring yourself towards your mat now. If you were at the wall, come on back. Stretch the arms out. Let's take just an easy drop swing of the hips. Good. Testing the balance with those PKs here now. Reach out. Wide second position plie. So wide is relative. Yes, your wide might feel a little bit closer, a little more underneath. So I want you to honor your own weight shift and exploration. And if you just keep dancing, even better. Okay, so we work from second position plie to scooping and lifting passe. Now maybe it's with a kickstand. Perhaps it's all the way up. Stepping back out. Wide second position, right? Your second. And then slide it in, lift it up. Good, step out. And gather, zip it up, thread it up. Step out, gather, zip it up. Step out, zip, lift, wide. Good, now, perhaps you can go right to it. Plie, lift, plie, lift. Arms might even come up, plie, up, plie, up, plie. Good, back down, just drag. Now you can stay right here. Or passe, bring it up, Up. Now, all the way up, arms. 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 Good. Last two. Good. Take a little swing. Plie, swing. Plie, swing. Just wrapping around yourself here. Ah. Good. From here, reach the arms out to the side. And then hands to hips. Heel, toe, right foot in, left foot in, meet your feet, nice and parallel. We'll transition towards the floor now, and I'm going to use the edge of the couch. You could also use a chair if you need, or maybe you feel really good just simply stepping back into a lunge. So join me. Draw your left knee in and then step back into a lunge. Lower the back knee, and again, you could use the support of a chair. Take one knee down, fingertips down, step back towards all fours. And then on all fours, if you need any padding under your knees, go ahead. And then we'll shift the weight, right? We went from 2 legs to 1 leg, now to all 4 paws, in honor of Henry as well, although he's very relaxed. Shift your weight side to side. A little bit of a circle, maybe through the hips, or really a sway, zigzag, sway. Like you have an itch in the middle of your back, you're trying to scratch it with the shoulders. Trying to scratch it down at the tail. Good. And then gently rest towards child's pose. Doesn't matter how low your hips get towards your heels. All good. And then shift the weight forward so we come towards a plank. And then shift it back. Now, if as you're doing this, you feel any pressure in the wrists, come to the forearms. And this is simply about sensing the core, sensing the weight shift forward and back. Right, nice and strong for those port-a-bras right through the shoulders, that work we're doing in the upper body. And then stretching the hips out some now. Thank you for the standing work. Last two. Good. Now, gently bring yourself onto your right hip. Your choice, if it feels good to keep the legs just out to the side like so, and we'll take a tented hand, so you really push down through your fingertips and start to turn and just look towards the right. If that feels good, stay. You might even need to sort of lean into this some, and that's okay. Or you might consider taking the top leg back, so it's more of like almost a hurdler's sort of stretch in the back leg. And you can feel that release through the quad, the front of the thigh, these muscles that we were using for all the plies. From here, come to your right elbow perhaps, and then start to stretch the breath up and down the left thigh, hip, maybe even to the rib cage, maybe even reaching up and out through your fingertips, or bring the hand to your head, fingertips to the shoulder, open the chest up. One more deep breath. And then gently walk your hands back down. Find that push up. And then bring your back leg, your left leg, around. Sitting on the hips for a moment, and then shift side saddle to the opposite side. So take your time. You might need to do one leg at a time. Use your hands to move the legs, right? very different once we come to the floor to get a sense, especially when we're moving from a more classical framework to unwinding some of that kind of tightness here. As you turn, look over your shoulder perhaps. Again, top leg could come behind your right leg. Tenting the hands. Feel that you're still sensing the plies, right? You're still like, ooh, gathering your energy from the base so that you feel contained at your center and light and open. Now slowly consider coming to your left forearm and stretching the front of your right thigh, saying thank you. Perhaps extending like a big yawn once again, reaching up, shoulders relax. Feel that line from the hip to the shoulder, hand to the head. Fingertips to the shoulder. You can rotate the torso a little more towards the sky. And then gently release, stack the legs, plant the hands. Take a moment here, bring the back leg around, just to sit for a moment and find your strap or hand towel, whatever it is you want to use. With your right leg in front, take a moment simply to send your tailbone back and to feel that beginning to release the hips. Now you might sway and circle just the tailbone, like you're digging a deeper well in the earth, right? It's just like that grounding as you send your tailbone down for releve, right? Just like and anchoring through the legs for that PK energy and the passe. It all comes from this alignment, this strength through your core and the alignment of the spine. Right, feeling balanced. But we have to give ourselves a chance to fall off balance in order to continue to come back. Right? Balance is a constant state of negotiation. Beautiful. Come back to center. Roll the shoulders. Plant your fingertips. It's like suction cups on the mat. And then extend your right leg, extend your left leg, sit nice and tall, and then switch it up. So now the left leg's in front. Cross-legged as you're able, and then feel that shift. Just sending the tailbone back. Breathing into the ground and circle. Stirring a little deeper well under your hips. Starting to release the hips and the low back from the standing work. Good. Last few. And notice how your energy changes from this classical bar work really to more of a floor bar as we come to anchor. Sit tall, roll the shoulders, fingertips. Good. Send the legs out. Circle out the ankles any amount. And then we'll adjust, and maybe you don't even use your hands. Maybe you're just kind of like walking around using the hips to hike and shift and move so that you can come onto your side to side lie and then come onto your back with your strap. Okay? So snuggle on in. Let's come down on the right side perhaps. You can thread the right arm through the window of the left to put your ear to the earth and then come on down. Slowly coming onto your back. Whole new perspective here. As you come onto your back, plant your feet. Just take a moment to release into this. And then draw your right knee in towards your chest. Good. Extend extend the right leg any amount, and you're welcome to use the strap here now, lassoing the strap around the base of the ball of the right foot. Now as you come into this, walk the arms up a little higher and roll the shoulders down the back. So there's no effort in the upper body here. Simply using the weight of the bones to create the stretch. Now turn your right heel in and your toes out and relax. Heel in, toes out, and relax. So we're getting into those rotator muscles that help us to find the turnout as we're standing. Good. Last one. Now, take the strap just to your right hand. Stay anchored through the left leg, knees bent, and turn the right leg out, tap to the side. You're on the diagonal. Keep scooping the inner thigh up. Keep breathing. Perhaps the leg comes out towards the floor, but not on the floor. Right elbow perhaps anchors. Take a deep breath, releasing the inner thigh, the hip. Sigh it out. And then gently exhale, draw the navel in to bring the leg back to center. Release the strap, bend the knee. Now take your right ankle over your left thigh, figure 4. Now, sometimes it's a little easier to use the strap to lasso the left shin. So you're gonna bring the left leg in, and then you can take the strap around the shin and lie back. Flexing the foot, sending the outer right hip down. And now this is all the passe energy. We were, exploring the wide second position plie, and then the lift into passe. We release it here now. We deepen. And we surrender the low back, the hips, soften the shoulders and the jaw. Now release your grip. Strap by the side, lower down. Use your hands to adjust and place the right foot. Second side. So lasso the strap around the left knee or the left foot. You bring the knee in. Lasso, ball, the base of the ball of the foot there. Walk the arms up. Keep breathing. Send the tailbone down. The shoulders melt. And it doesn't matter how high the leg is, how close it is to you. The work is much deeper. I want you to sense now the inner seam of your pant leg kind of scooping toward you so you can see more of it, and then parallel. So scoop the inner thigh, inner heel, and parallel. The leg pulls into the socket to do this, right? You're pulling in to find the rotation. Good. And then last one, spiral. The hip turns out, and then gently, breathe. Bringing the leg toward you. Now, just the left hand holds the strap. Right side's anchored. You're gonna scoop the inner thigh, scoop the inner heel, and then send the leg out on the diagonal, releasing through the inner thigh. And again, perhaps the left elbow comes towards the floor. Leg doesn't have to be straight. Feeling a grounding across the opposite side. Relax the shoulders. Good, deepest breath of the day. Bring the leg back to center. And then release the strap for a moment. Take the ankle across the thigh. Last stretch here. Draw the right foot in. You'll take a lap around the, or loop, not a lap, around the shin. Take a deep breath as you're drawing the energy in toward you. As you exhale. And that's our time today. As you gently unwind, send the leg back down. Shift over to your side. Come towards seated. Come towards all fours. And then gently step your right foot forward for a lunge. Again, if you need, you can use the support around you or take your hand to the thigh and press to stand tall. Thank you for dancing with me today. Thank you for getting into your body. And I look forward to